of people come here to find love and they end up getting played.
What's up, YouTube? This is your presenter Eugene from Kenya. I hope you fine wherever you are. Shalom to everyone who is watching this video. Now I know a lot of our diasporan women, especially those who comes to the motherland to find love. They come with an aim of understanding the cultural diversity and natural beauty and maybe economic opportunities which are in Africa, and that's a good thing. But some of them fall into hands of some men who don't have the same agenda. So with that being said, it means that at some point they land into losses, their hearts being heartbroken, and I'm gonna share with you this video that I want to show you and say something about it at the end of it, because I believe that there is a biased opinion about African men being addressed, and I don't believe that it is all African men who does this. We have a large number of African men who are so cultural, who are so calm, who understand masculinity and doesn't do those all queer things that those dirty things that people say about African men. So let's jump into this video and see what's up and come back and at least demystify a number of things, talk about a number of things. Let's jump into it.
So I have a friend who, I ain't gonna put her out there, but she came here, met a guy, and he scammed her out of 20K. I think it was actually like 30K. Scammed her out of 20K. And a lot of people don't realize that. They hear about Nigerians. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm Nigerian. I'm saying this because from experience. Nigerians are the spenders. So if you want a spender African, you got to get you a Nigerian, because those are the ones who spend. But when you come to Ghana, the men are not trying to spend on Black American women. First of all, let me tell y'all a secret. They know that y'all not broke. Oh. They know we not broke. Who comes to Africa to live broke? But a lot of women, they get here, they stay here. The men, they woo them. The women, and a few months it go good. You end up staying. Next thing you know, you've been here a year. Next thing you know, you broke. Y'all got to understand that when you come to Ghana and you're looking for a man, the man is looking for you because they're looking for a way out. A lot of Black American women are the men's way out here. And so we get played. Now I'm putting y'all on game so y'all don't get played.
I'm here for it. Bring it.
A lot of women don't know, a lot of Black women don't know the culture, the dating culture in Africa, in Ghana. We're gonna talk about Ghana, but I'm speaking for a lot of Africa, but we just gonna talk about Ghana.
All right.
But they don't know the dating culture in Ghana. The man is supposed to be the provider, but because the men are hip to what's going on in America, they know that a lot of our men, a lot of our men ain't where it's supposed to be. We got an exception, but they know how things are going for us dating wise in America. So they feel like they have this mentality like they're the prize, right? So they treat you good. They dick you down. I don't know if I can say it.
Okay, well you said it.
They do you down.
They put the yoni to work. They
check out your yoni to make sure it's working.
Make you go get a steam.
They love you. First of all, let me tell you something. When a man tell you they love you so soon, you getting played. When you getting played, a lot of women, they don't know that. African men, they like to use the term "I love you" freely, but they don't know that that's game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's game. So when they tell you,
I'm learning. I'm a student now.
Yeah, listen. This is dating African men 101 from Nadi Bruja. This is how you do not get played. So they're gonna tell you they love you. They're gonna take you to meet the mom. They're gonna take you to meet the family. They're gonna call you their wife. In front of their friends. But deep down inside, they want something. But by the time a lot of Black women realize it's too late.
They didn't give up them funds.
They gave up the funds.
They didn't give up the funds and a yoni.
if you're lucky, you're not pregnant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they try to put a baby in you because that's their meal ticket.
The baby is the meal ticket.
The baby is the meal ticket. Because, oh no, you can't leave. Like, we're going to have a baby. You know, like, that's the meal ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So, a lot of times, it's too late when black women wake up, when they come here and they realize that, oh wow, I'm getting played. Because they see how, like, African women are getting treated and they're living this soft life. There's a lot of boss women out here, don't get me wrong, but a lot of women don't work too. A lot of women are getting solely taken care of
in Africa.
Okay, in Africa. A lot of women are solely getting taken care of by their men in Africa. But they're African women. African women don't take a lot of stuff. African women know that if he wants some, he gotta come up with some cash. He gotta pay up.
So like sisters don't do that too?
Oh yeah, they do it, but in America they do it.
Over here they just
over
give
here,
up the young.
Over here they lose their soul because they feel like, you know, they're in the motherland and it's so beautiful, and it is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but they're not hip to the game.
The scam.
They're not hip to. I didn't have black women tell me that they didn't met a man, then they proposed to. Don't just because a man give you a ring, they propose to. That's a part of the game. That's why.
They even show up with a ring.
My ex fiance, he proposed to me 7 days on my first time in Ghana, and I was only here for 7 days, and I left with a ring, and I went back like, I'm getting married.
Oh, he was on it. He was all kind of game.
He was on it, but I caught on quick.
Okay.
I caught on quick, and he lost his game. Cause I started running game on him too. Like, okay, you love me? All right, you love me? All right, we finna find this property, okay? You love me? Okay.
You gotta sing some old Brownstone on.
Right.
If you love me, say it, prove it, show it.
And you know, it's so funny because my mom, my mom did not support my breakup at all. And that's because black women in America, they really feel like, you know, the African men, I'm not saying African men don't love you, because they do. You know, I'm not speaking for every African man, but I'm speaking for a lot of them. Like, my mom didn't support my breakup because she thought, like, you know, you're just being harsh. You know, you should just work it out.
Oh, wow.
But she ain't been in Africa in over 20 years.
And she's Senegalese.
Yeah, she's Senegalese, but she's black.
But that's the soft side, though.
But that's the soft side.
But she also from America, too.
That's what I'm saying. She a black woman from America.
I'm now. Okay.
My mama went to Locke High School. You know where that is?
No.
In LA?
That's in
deep. Watts.
It sounds deep. Yeah, some of the Locke High School, they hit you with a lock coming in, like, lock.
My mama is a Locke saint. That's on the east side of LA.
Okay.
Yeah, that the east side. So she not that, you know.
Yeah, she's not green. She know what time it is.
She know what time it is, but because there's this whole thing.
So first of all, I'm really sorry for diasporan women or men who came to Africa to probably find love and it never happened the same to them. Probably they landed into the hands of bad people, some bad people, and these directed their story about love in Africa in a bad way. And I want to tell you this. It's not even about the men in Africa. I think it's about the personality of you as a person landing to a bad person or landing to a person who is not responsible as a man. I'm not trying to offer this advice in the love aspect, but I'm going to give my opinionated answers in regards to diasporic. My opinions will be diasporic, but not entirely love. I want you to understand one thing. The culture of Africa, it's a bit different with the culture of the United States. And it is true, as the sister has said, that it is in Africa where the man deals with finances, majority of it to say, and the man is to provide. And you know, yes, the man it is to provide. This is what it should be, whether it is in Africa or whether it is in the United States. So the issue of saying that African men will become so reluctant and stop providing and you'll be giving, I don't think it's true. If a man is to provide, they'll just provide regardless, you know, because here in Africa, and this is one thing that our diasporan women need to understand. We in Africa, we men, we are taught to provide for our women. At no point should our women pay for our bills. Talking from an African aspect culture, standing for all Africans who are watching in this video, and every diaspora man or woman who is also watching this video, we are taught to provide for our men. So the moment you find a person who wants to, okay, I understand we have some exemptions, sometimes the man has not been paid, and some bills gotta be paid, so that's understandable. It's that case, but we African culture has taught us to provide, has taught us to stand up for the family, and also the women, also the woman in the family has their own roles to do and things to do in marriage or something. Another thing that I would like to address is that some scams which true happens include we have fake marriages, visa fraud, inheritance scams, and blackmail. This is true. There is a video about a Tanzanian lady who was blackmailed because she failed to do some things by an Tanzanian man. And yeah, it's true, these things happen. But what we don't agree with is that they say that all men, like it's like they're putting all men in one umbrella. All men in Africa are players. Not all men in Africa are players. Just like in the United States, not all men in the United States are also players. So it goes both ways. You can't just wake up and say that all men in Africa are players. We have good people. We have good people with good intention. So if you're a diaspora women coming to look for love in Africa, you need to understand the intersectionality of the cultural differences that we have. The understanding of who is a man in an African perspective also need to be put into place. I hope that you understand this, and it is not that every man you'll come to Africa wants to scam you or want your dollars or want your money or something. No. We have some men who are raised with values. We have some men who are raised and taught to lead very well and to understand and to lead as a man. And that's what you're being taught here in Africa. So if you find a person who scams you, if you find a person who asks you for money every now and then, if you find a person who is not responsible, trust me, they might be after something. But saying that all men in Africa has the same behavior, I mean, that's not right. That's not the true depiction of who is an African man. And so I was giving my opinion in the diasporic aspect. Every man is good, every man is bad, whether they are in Africa or outside Africa. I mean, how many outbreak cases haven't we had about things happening in the United States? Same as Africa, So, like, there's no big difference, you understand? Another thing that I would like to say is that some of the ways that diaspora women can protect themselves from these scams are to verify the identity and background of their potential partners. Avoid sending money or personal information online, and seeking advice, legal advice, before making any commitment with a person, not just African, but a person you're meeting in foreign land too, as a diaspora man or woman. Because you give them your personal details, they might blackmail you with them. They might hold them and ask you to give them some ransom. You never know. So before sharing deeply with a person, doesn't matter whether they are Africans or doesn't matter where they whether they are people from the United States or somewhere outside Africa. It's about understanding the human nature. It's about understanding not everyone is to be trusted, Some of these things are the reasons why we are witnessing things which are happening in the Gambia. because we have, yes, we have a couple of people who don't have work and they can exploit you emotionally just to give them your money. And after you give them your money, and they're gonna leave you broken, you know. So, well, again, I address this issue with some alarm with it. I also want to tell you that we have African men with values, African men who have been raised so well, and not all of us does these crooked things that everyone is coming onto the internet saying that African men are scamming diasporan women. It is not true. It is not entirely true. At least if it is true, not the majority. It's not the true depiction. It's not the true representation of African men in regards to diasporic marriages. So tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm not a love doctor or something. As I say, my opinionated messages are according to the diasporic facts that Africans, African Americans, diasporans need to understand. Tell me what you think in the comment section. This is your presenter, Eugene from Kenya. Until then, peace, love, and harmony. See you in my next video. Salute.